You ever had a friend who just, when y'all getting off the phone, they just hang up, they don't say bye? No, think about it. There's some people when you get off the phone with them, they don't say bye. They might say later. They might say, all right, but they don't say bye. I just noticed just this very week that after many years, and I thought I had conquered this, but I still have a problem with saying goodbye when I get off the phone. Like, what is that? I don't know. Anyways, you're tuned in to an all new episode of A Seat at the Table podcast, blah, blah, blah. You listen to podcasts all the time. I'm all the places that all the other motherfuckers are. What else? Yeah, we have an Instagram. We have all these things, yada, 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 whatever. You know, this week feels like one of those weeks where I have probably been too verbose. You ever had? I know I'm looking around the room like Azalea Banks right now in her Breakfast Club interview because I'm just, you never had one of those weeks or one of those days where you feel like, my mouth hurt. I have been talking all too much. And the frustration in that for me is if I'm doing a lot of talking, that means that I'm probably not really doing a lot of thinking, I don't know. How you doing? How your mother doing? How your daddy doing? How's the family? Truly, in these weird times, in these crazy times, how are you? I mean, a serious question. Has anybody checked up on you lately? I know I'm not trying to make you sad. I'm not. I'm really not. But because I could almost get emotional about this. But when was the last time someone checked up on you? When was the last time someone just called you? Not because something crazy happened or they needed your help with something or they needed someone's telephone number or just when was the last time someone just called or texted to see if you were okay? Shout out to all of the people that exist in our lives that are those people who, they really rarely want for anything out of a relationship with us, more so than just to be in relation with us. So these are the people who oftentimes, on the days that you need it the most, will send that text, hey, just checking up on you. How are you? Or depending on how good of a relationship it is, they may be like, hey, bitch, how was you today, girl? Just wanted to see if you was all right. Yeah. Think about it. Like, those people are invaluable. And I think that they are oftentimes the angels of our lives because sometimes when you are feeling the most vulnerable due to life, due to the the horizontalness of life, and what I mean by that is, oftentimes people, if you're not a Christian, I guess the cross doesn't really mean much to you. But the cross is such a symbol in Christianity, not just because of the crucifixion, which, please don't let me understate that, but yes, the crucifixion is by and large, depending on how you take in the Bible or how you take in any religious, I don't know, I guess anything literature associated with your religion. And, there may be fundamental details and then there may be literal details or, however you see it, that is how, just in terms of me, that is how I have, viewed the Bible. So at any rate, because God, we're getting heavy early, ain't we? But at any rate, so with that said, the cross, we were talking about the cross. Sometimes you get to reel me back in. I have my coffee though. Did you get your coffee? You have your coffee? Maybe it's later in the day. Maybe you having a little something. Listen, I'm not here to judge, okay? We ain't here to judge the quick and the dead, okay? So if whatever you're drinking on, cheers to you, but the cross. So the cross is important because to me, the horizontal nature represents your relationship with God, and the vertical represents the cross of man, life, all of the relationships that you will have horizontally with the people that are around you, what that means, the situations that will happen to you in life. And then, there is God as a representation of man stuck to this cross, right? So your cross to bear is your relationship with God, and then your relationship with life and man, and how do you carry that around? At least to me, that is what the physical representation of the cross has always meant to me. So, I am oftentimes looking at most situations from the scope of my cross to bear, and thankful that I have people who check up on me, and, thankful that I have people around me who care, but I know that sometimes we can take those relationships for granted, and sometimes we don't have a lot of those relationships. But I would challenge you to say that what it is that you are missing, become that for somebody. When I feel like I am missing love and patience out of life, like I feel like life is not being patient with me, or life is not being loving with me because I'm having to deal with different situations. And we is getting heavy early, bitch. Early. City girls get heavy early. I'm still working on my city girl. I'm a city. That was good though. That one was good. Don't front. That one was good because I'm a city girl. That one was good. All right. But yeah, so, I encourage you to check up on the people around you. Did you guys see the debate this week? I think just another laughable moment at American politics as it stands. We've got about 9 days to go till the election. 9-10 days, whatever the case is. I don't know, another week or so, whatever. We've got about 2 weeks. All right. Till the next election. And I'm not anxious about it. I'm not anxious. I have fully prepared myself that if in the case Donald Trump is not reelected, that will probably mean some level of confusion will, exist for most of us. For around us, we'll probably see something in the news cycle bearing the resemblance of more confusion, I think that even if he wins, I think that there will be a level of confusion. But listen, guys, if you are African American, let's be honest, right? 20 million people unemployed. All races, 20 million people in America filed for unemployment this week alone. That does not mean that there's just 20 million people unemployed. That means that there are only 20 million who filed. So there are more people than 20 million. Okay, let's just keep that in mind, because the numbers that we hear are oftentimes misrepresented of, by and large, what the reality is. So for most of us, you heard Donald Trump this week and, oh, your 401ks and you this and you that, whatever. And to me, I think that I was having a discussion with a friend of mine this week, and she had a particular situation that happened with her and her, I guess toddler to adolescent daughter had a racial experience at school. And shout out to all you parents who are really in the trenches, who are having to juggle time for yourselves and time for your kids and time for, the development of your child. But I say all that to say that, I'm not a parent. And I said to my friend that, one of the things that I think is missing out of the school system is we have to teach our kids reading, writing, arithmetic, all of that great stuff. But I think mindfulness and consciousness and, financial stability and all those things need to be introduced. The world has changed. And it seems as though a lot of people around us, a lot of systems, it seems as though we're having a hard time acquiescing to the changes that are happening around us. We don't want to change the curriculum in school. We don't want to change, the Constitution even, why are we still abiding ourselves to rules that forefathers made up hundreds of years ago? Like, to me, that's one of the most idiotic things I've ever heard of. Yes, it doesn't mean that you throw out the baby with the bathwater, so to speak. But think about it, you guys. America is beholden to a political institution that we've all held hands. And I know we've had this discussion on this show before, so I'm not going to belabor it. But we've all held hands and agreed that we are beholden ourselves to a political institution that was not created for us, meaning for the majority as it exists in terms of people of color, not just Black people, but all people of color and their representation in this country. This country was not founded with that premise in mind. It was founded with the premise that we would come over here and work for white people for them to attain and maintain wealth. And so we are trying to fight an institution where that is the very premise of it. Instead of saying, I don't want to be a part of that institution, we need something new. What we keep doing is going back to the table and saying, well, can't we just sit at this table with you guys? But that table wasn't meant for us to sit and eat at. It was meant for us to serve at. Half of the motherfuckers that's in this country, it wasn't even meant for you motherfuckers to even seat the table. So you have to understand that what we're seeing in our politics and what we're seeing played out is, understandably a firm grasp on the very foundation in which these people exist. More than 85,000 new coronavirus cases in the country this week. Trump talked a lot about his middle America, wealthy America politics and the economic legacy in which he'll leave behind. Your 401ks are looking swaggy, But yeah, Amy Coney Barrett on the way to being confirmed in the Supreme Court. But she did have some debate. A lot of people talked about some cases that she presided over that had some racial implications. You know what I mean? Listen, even that system, even the Supreme Court, you know what I mean? Like the fact that we're saying that these people just because they studied the law or whatever the case is. The law that this country is premised on is